This is another round of finding the best Mexican lager. Mass produced, that is. There are no craft beers in here. Now, in the previous round, we saw Modelo go up against Corona, and Modelo was preferred. So now we're going to take these and go up against these two. And let's see how this turns out. Now, here we have Modelo, Corona, Pacifico Clara, and Estrella Jalisco. So, I don't need to compare these two, we've already done that. So, first, we'll try this one. Modelo against Pacifico. And we'll see how this one turns out. You know, I'm not sure. Well, yes, I have had Pacifico, but a long time ago. Don't really remember anything about it. Okay, should be good enough. Okay, this is not too bad. Kind of got a sawdusty taste, sweetness to it. It's crisp. A little bit more bitterness to this one, but it doesn't necessarily have that sawdusty taste. This one seems to be a bit more sweet. It's not too bad. This one might be a bit more dry in the finish. These are very close, actually. Very difficult to tell much of a difference between the two. But I'm leaning towards this one. I think I'm going to go with this one. And it's Modelo. Now, let's try the Corona against the Estrella. These are very similar here in head and apparent carbonation, color. This one has more of a smell to it, an aroma. But let's just get this done and over with here. It's a bit sweeter and a bit weaker than the previous two that I drank. And that's a lot weaker. This one has a subdued taste to it, which makes me lean towards this one. But now this one's tasting subdued too. Tasting virtually identical. Well, this is really tough. Well, I might as well open mine, because I don't know which one is which. I've never had Estrella Jalisco that I can remember. So this is my first time trying it. It's got some dryness in the finish there. I think this one's a little bit more flavorful, but it's really hard to tell. That's tough. It really is. It's very difficult to choose between these two. This one's a bit stronger, just a tad bit, I think. You know, they're so close, very, very close. Now, one of these had more foam on the side of the glass, and I really didn't notice. I'm leaning towards this one, and it is Corona. Let's try Modelo against Estrella Jalisco. Very similar, very close in taste, very close in feel, crispness, finish, everything. It's very close. So I think that it doesn't really matter which one you get, they're all going to be very similar. I really can't tell the difference, which makes this difficult. I think I'm going to go with this one. And it is the Modelo. Yeah. We'll have a Corona against Pacifico, which is the, let's see, this is Corona, and this is Pacifico. Kind of a bit of a dry finish there, just barely. Maybe a little bit stronger in flavor. Yeah, I think it is a little bit stronger in flavor. But the finish on that, the finish on that is kind of not good. Hey there, cat. Boy, these are so similar. So very similar. It's really difficult to try to pick one out. They're so close that, if I do this another time, I could have completely different results. I like the finish on this one better. It's Corona. Now we have two more to do for the last round, or the last matchup here, which is, of course, Pacifico and Estrella Jalisco. So, I'm leaning towards this one. Yeah, I think I will go with this one, and it is Estrella. So, Pacifico lost all 3 times. Estrella lost twice, but it beat Pacifico. Corona has won both of its rounds against the 2 new bears, as did Modelo. And Modelo has beaten Corona. So, our total is 3 wins for Modelo, 2 wins for Corona, 3 losses for Pacifico, and 1 win for Estrella Jalisco. And we'll be getting some more Mexican beers. I'm going to try to get some Tecate and some Sol if I can find it. And what else? Bohemia, if I could find it. Although I'm not sure that's going to be a fair comparison, because Bohemia is not an adjunct lager like these. Bohemia is a Bohemian Pilsner. It ought to be different. It ought to be noticeably better than these. Sol, I don't know. What else? What other beers? There were a total of 8 or 9, I think. And these are 4. The Tecate would be 5. Bohemia would be 6. But problem is their availability. And sometimes they're not always available. I wanted to include Tecate in my 32 beer bracket triple elimination challenge, and Tecate wasn't available at the time anywhere. So I had to leave it out and choose something else. Now, all these beers are under 5% ABV. They're usually between 4.8 and 4.4. And I don't know which one is which here. Oh, Dos Equis, that's another one. So that'd be 7. So I'll get some more beer, Dos Equis and Tecate and whatever else I could find. And then we'll continue to see who makes the best Mexican lager. That's it. Thanks for watching.